My name is Corrine Sharp, and I happen to be one of the co-founders and executive directors of the WIC Network. And I welcome the opportunity to connect with you today during the mentoring and networking sections, and of course, after the conference at any time. So Remo, if you were here yesterday or you experienced it, you're here, seeing it and experiencing it again today, is a fabulous virtual event platform as it gives you the opportunity to engage with the speakers, each other, give live reactions with emojis. So we've got the chat going. It's great to see everybody with their good mornings and their excitement. And of course, as I said, networking and connecting. And I just love the ability to be able to roam from floor to floor. You'll see the elevator on the side and table to table to meet amazing people. And we'll tell you a little bit more about how to do that right before we get to the networking section. And don't forget to use those social hashtags as you see on the slide. So let's start with some answers to our question, our icebreaker question. So what is your word of inspiration for 2021? My word is hopeful. So let's see, I'm going to wander all over to the chat section. Let's see, joy, perspective, inspired, courage, adaptability, great ones. Oh my gosh, rocket, confidence, catalyst, reimagine, grace, just do it, breakthrough, be bold. That's just fabulous. Keep those words coming as everyone can still see them in the chat window. So here is our agenda for today with an incredible keynote and panel of amazing speakers. And we'll have a small, we'll have a Q&A section after the panel, and then we'll have some group mentoring in the lounges before we break. And then you can continue on to another great conference session. So this session is about why are women still to this day struggling to reach the executive suite and be on boards of directors. The statistics are still staggering at these gaps. And now due to the pandemic, we're seeing so many women leaving the workforce, either through attrition or by choice. And we're hearing terms, and not terms of endearment, I might add, of the great female transition, or now we're hearing things like she-cession. It was announced that in December in the US, 160,000 women lost their jobs. That's just crazy. And in Canada, we had several women that are losing their jobs. And a Huffington Post title this month was "Millennial Moms Are Driven to Their Breaking Point." And in Canada, the Globe and Mail reported a massive power gap of women and racialized people at the highest levels of decision-making in public sector workplaces. And in Canada, where I live, the Globe and Mail reported a massive power gap of women and racialized people at the highest levels of decision-making in public sector workplaces. So it goes without saying, so next slide, Raisa, that we need more women executives and leaders. And that is what we're going to talk about today. The theme for this year's International Women's Day, which happens on March 8th every year, where we celebrate amazing women around the world, is Choose to Challenge. And this is the pose that they're asking everybody to do and take their picture so that they can choose to challenge what's going on as it relates to gender equity. And it's been proven. Companies with women on boards, in the C-suite, and within the management realm have greater business results. But are companies really making this a business strategy with intention and focus? We often hear that the pipeline isn't strong enough, but who is accountable for building that pipeline? It's all of us. And this is where we can band together as a network to create those opportunities for women in leadership and on boards. So let me tell you a little bit about the WIC Network before I introduce our incredible keynote speaker. We're honored to be a partner with Women in Cloud, who focus on economic access for women entrepreneurs. We support women of all ages and stages in their careers through their whole career journey in leadership in the tech sector. So the WIC Network is a global and local organization focused solely on helping these women achieve their goals and aspirations. We want to help more women get into the tech sector. We want to encourage young women to study STEM and get into the tech sector. And for those of us who've been around either early in our career or maybe the fourth quarter of our career, How can we continue to grow and help others grow their careers? And finally, we love to work with organizations, whether they're at their beginning of their diversity, equity, and inclusion strategies, or they're well on their way and looking for partnerships. We do this through education programs, networking, mentoring opportunities, both at the global level as well as our local communities in over 40 locations around the globe, and growing. Leadership programs, communication training, I mentioned mentoring circles, and always on content every month for our members, of which we have over 5,500, and growing. So we welcome all of you to join us to help women and businesses shift the gender gap that still exists. And when all of these women I spoke of earlier are ready to jump back into the workforce, how can we help them build skills and find jobs? We're so proud of our team at the WIC Network and so inspired when we hear women's stories of how they're rising up and helping others to rise up too.